that classic line where Obi Wan and those Force ghosts of Obi Wan and Yoda are talking about, he said that boy is our only hope, and to Yoda's reply is, no, there is another. So at that time, we all knew that he was referring to Leia. We all knew he was referring to Leia at the time.
Right.
But now they're trying to make it...
Who?
Well,
I'm not even letting you finish. Who's trying to make what? Because that is definitely Leia, man. I'm sorry. Whoever... Is it one of you guys?
Well, now they're trying to say... I guess they're trying to change lore a little bit and making it seem like he was talking about Rey. No, there is another, in other words, there will always be another, not in the sense of, at that time it was Leia, but now it's still always going to be another.
So in other words, it's like no matter who, no, it's Broom Kid now, or no, it's somebody else. It's like there's always somebody that's willing to pick up the mantle. Yeah, it's basically like that. And it kind of goes with the whole Snoke thing, darkness rises, forces, the light rises. Well, and even a lot of our previous discussions, too. We were always talking about how the Force is always going to choose somebody to right any imbalance, in the universe.
Right, good or bad.
Yeah, but I think that we can inconclusively...
Well, say at that time, at that time period, he was referring to Leia.
Well,
like Yoda was
Lucas,
talking.
Yeah, and Lucas himself said he was referring. That ends right there.
True.
George Lucas himself said, yes, Leia was the one that was the other. So, whoever's really trying to do the whole revisionist history thing. Now, granted, I know that Disney is trying to play a lot with the lore of Star Wars, especially now. So, we'll see, where that falls. And I'm really curious to see where it falls even in The Rise of Skywalker because, Leia has... Now, granted, it's not the original idea that they had, before Carrie Fisher unfortunately passed away, but they still found a way to get her in there for 8 minutes of screen time. So I'm really wondering now where they're going to go, with her role and how basically what her effect on The Rise of Skywalker is, too, because there's been a lot of rumors that have been talking about her role in this movie, even though it was obviously, unused footage. But, they've been able to actually weave a story in there.
Yeah. So, I get what they're saying, but I just feel like with this whole line, it's like, listen, no, this is what it was really supposed to be. It was really about Leia. Now, yes, you can kind of play with it and say like, oh, well, there always will be another. And that's true from a certain point of view. But I just, it's Leia.
Once again, it's like, why do people keep trying to complicate the Star Wars universe?
I think they're just trying always trying to make that connection in that time. But like, that's what JJ's for. Just let him do it. And we'll...
The one thing that I am looking forward to, besides actually seeing this movie for myself, is to just end the speculation. Now, granted, there's still things that we speculate about the other two movies.
True.
So, who knows? We might be like, oh, well, because they don't explain it, and it's like, hey, look at the line we're talking about right now came from The Empire Strikes Back. Still debating it, but it, and remember, the original script for The Rise of Skywalker was going to see Leia coming into her own as a Jedi. She's going to build her own lightsaber or something crazy and actually, wield it and do all kinds of crazy things. So maybe they're finding a way to either pass that on, and now Rey's going to take on the Leia role that they initially, were going to do, or maybe it's like you said, maybe it's just a situation where it's like, no, everybody can be the new, chosen one or whatever.
It would be interesting to see Leia with the lightsaber, just to see her.
Man, I
with it
really
in her
wish,
hand, like that would just.
I wish she hadn't passed away. Just because as a human thing, but as a fan, of this franchise and looking at her role as Leia, it's like, dude, to actually see her go around like wielding a lightsaber and using the Force and all that, that would have just been incredible. I could have let go of the whole Han Solo dying thing to see that.
Well, yeah, once again, we can file that under, man, I wonder what that would have looked like.
Yeah, I know. Well, I could do it in an animated series if they really wanted to.
True, but still not the same as like.
No, I know. But
yeah, I get
to see Carrie Fisher herself do it.
Yeah. That's why we're in the cantina. Got to drink our proper
I
way.
guess so. Well, what about you guys? What do you think that this whole there is another thing could be retconned basically into something? Let us know in the comments below, or you can always hit us up at head-to-head SW on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram.